nhớ rong cho bé cho na cái sư phụ ha na sư phụ vẫn giờ cho linh cho tu cô ở văn chữ chào ha cô ở chào cho bé cho na cái sư phụ ha na sư phụ nhớ trong ra học bộ của họ mong kiểu bộ chính phủ lúc sẽ hỏi nó cho cô luôn chỉ mấy số lại nhớ cho lại video nó ha nếu nó chế cô sáng lu share cho bé ha thằng chiu our family bé ha journey of homeschooling sẽ họ rong lấy chàng cho bé ha cô họ yêu lu ba mình chỉ cho bé hai chiu homeschooling ổn đây nó chế cha cô ba chiu hai ta homeschooling yết lan chi ha yết rong lấy chàng cho bé cho cứ bé họ chỉ tao nó chiu homeschool là sẽ bé chỉ tao nó chiu chiu cái cứ you nó homeschool nó有种类讲 homeschooling ya 一直给佢要杂志上的要这多年，还大要上more 要就咪要出的这跟的 public school，如果你好这，要上看的这波就好这一叫呢这波上 more 靠 freedom to teach their kids the way that 波上 teach 哈看到这波就咪要来波路上佢本车哈波上到。Ella leha a lot of parents nhớ cho bé cho lu sinh nhưng mua ít cho homeschooling parents nhưng mua tê pa cái bố nhưng mua nhớ cho mấy lu sinh là chỉ cho mấy lu già for cú ha cú tụ có ya ư chế ư giá trị sa tao từ yo lo tao lu xong tao lu to homeschool ít cho kids là cha cú ba mình chỉ cho bé hai to our journey đời của hát của tôi có giờ ước chế ước chỉ xã hay ta ước yo homeschool ước chậm nhỏ ước ra lệ. I never thought that I would be a mom who could homeschool my kids. I never thought that I would be patient enough to homeschool them or have the wisdom or the knowledge enough to homeschool my kids. And my husband là tế ra ní sản tôi giả lệ họ há. Tế sĩ thảo ký ước họ nó zu kế homeschool nè chế ước cụ trong lệ ya văn chữ chồng ước lưu xã há ước cha lệ lưu sĩ cộng xã ở cái thảo văn chữ ước cha lệ sĩ hạ lên đó bé một trâu bao lưu lì là sĩ chỉ lưu lì họ lưu mô research ha lưu mô cậu zu homeschool chế này ya lệ chàng rong lệ chàng ước cha lệ họ sĩ hạ lưu mô cháu phớ ha thảo văn chữ bán đặc án cứ ước cụ tao thảo văn chữ đây là ước cha lệ giá trị xã lưu mô homeschool ước cha kids. And one of the biggest reasons cứ ước giá trị xã to homeschool ước cha kids là chế ya vì hai ta ước cụ sản xuất hai ta bố ya mong tao chế cần đợi chế bố yên mong nu Monday to Friday chỉ một周lên đợi trâu sớm mong bố mong chú ít thứ này khu khăn đợi cho bố ha chú tụ họ nhớ sau lẽ họ nu Friday weekend một chú Sunday là vì ư họ ở sư phụ ha ở nà sư phụ chế yên cứ cái lẽ ha ya bây yên bảo hai ta bây giờ cứ ở nà sư phụ chế bây luôn nên yên very busy on the weekends to bây ít giờ and so vì do lẽ họ nó chế ít sao lẽ giá trị xã hai ta lúc sẽ họ cứ muốn chụp bố chụp chơi cái lẽ ha ư yên chờ ha xã tàu lúc sẽ họ chụp ít chậm nhỏ nhỏ còn đào lên đào tàu bây yên nó là đào lên đào từ yên hai tàu lúc chơi yêu hai ta lúc sẽ họ cứ yên chụp ít chậm nhỏ nhỏ it's so precious ha lúc chơi lúc nhiều họ mà nhiều mong sai hiện lệ trong lệ tốn dài một xíu bố tư lưu tàng ha bố tư mong ở nhà mong cần đợi nhà mong ở nhà nên ta là we always hear that phrase that enjoy them when they're young and I really took that to heart I really want to enjoy my kids and my husband does too we want to spend every moment with them and every second of our lives with them yes I know that sometimes it's so crazy yeah they told you nhớ Jehovah Hồ Chí mà there's so much to do, so much to or trong lệ yêu lúc sẽ hở mà cho cái lệ that we decided that it's okay our house can be really messy the dishes can be left unwashed but it's okay because all those will come and go especially the time that we have with our kids is so precious and to to be the one to influence them to be the one to have the most impact on them. That's what really order utale zati shahata usa homeschool ita kids ha. Nhớ cho họ phong đàn cao trong ý bộ nên gọi xa đằng gai bé một sư trong gai plau nè ya in gai valuku ke nè thở của ju ha nè ô cho của mua ju to continue to or ha to khan đào hu chế cho của cha mình nhỏ cha bé luôn những ok ya nè hata mình nhỏ ya ý ya complete luôn đời tu chữ bố ya ý khó có mong cứ giống hình luôn đời như lưu từ cứ mua mình nhỏ thảo như chỉnh lô rong ya lê tu tu cho cứ mua chinh tê su nhon đời như chạy tê. And this Bible verse is so encouraging because it truly is a reminder to me that my kids are a gift from God, and because they are a gift from God, they're so precious to me and to my husband, and we want to unravel that gift in the best that we can. And one of the best way that we felt like how we could really truly appreciate that gift from Wenchu and also bring that gift back to God is to disciple our kids and to teach them at home, is to homeschool our kids. Yaleha utaletzazisha to homeschool with your kids. This is one of the reasons to homeschool with your kids. Tlauleha uputahata no u kuchisako with your minyo na nu mujo leng le tu ka e uchi tao shi han ju bo đào lệ cho họ bố yên lưu sai cơ lệ lệ bát tang của đứa hai cho bé là ha em vì là họ ít sao lệ giá trị sa tu chú ít giống như tại tại chế cần đời luôn một nhớ cho họ chế em là một khá bố cần đời nhớ cho họ chế. The next part of this video nè chế I'm going to share a little bit about the curriculums that we use with our kids. The curriculums that we use for them, it's it varies and it really depends on your own child how they like to learn. For our oldest, we realized that she is somebody where you read through public and she can go through the questions by herself. Sometimes if she needs help, then we help her, or she would tell us and then we help her. But we are always present. We're always there with her and with the kids. If you need help, we will be there to help them to explain the concepts. I really would say that with curriculums, we had to do trial and errors throughout our 6 years. It's been, such a humbling and such a beautiful experience to learn and to know about our kids. As we explore the curriculums, there are times where we had to change the curriculums each year or every year because it didn't really work so well with the kids. But for the most part, for our oldest, we didn't have to do too much. But for our two youngest, we do have to really tweak some of the curriculums that we use to their learning style. And for us, we have used different types of apps, some different types of software that will create out your curriculums. So I really encourage you to really get to know your children and really get to know how they learn and be okay with having to switch the curriculums here and there. It definitely doesn't hurt them at all. It's if anything, it really helps you to know them more and to know them better. I would say that if you're going to homeschool, shift your mind away from how the school system does school because homeschooling is very different from the way that Jake and Dao kan one of the main things que use to look is the Bible. We really are very intentional about living one of the reasons why u san is that being there's so much going on and we feel like and because of that, we really want our kids to really be knowledgeable, to really love the Word of God, so that let me just share a Bible verse cho bé cái nhớ cho hồ ở cái chai thế ra bé sụt lại từ nó ngay vào lúc nó là but it continues to encourage me every day how I teach my kids and the curriculums that I use for my kids nhớ cho họ ở cái chai trâu nhớ trong đời cái cái plau một số trong cái sang ya na hala no cho bé nè ta ya yi sa le yin e me ô tô rong nong na cho ya tu chữ to lên sư cha ya bé tu van chữ me ya chữ lu tu chữ cái ya me tu van chữ có cái sa cái chữ cái blanc cái blau ha cái blanc cái chữ yo chữ yun jong te lu ke của mỗi cho mẹ nu nó mỗi tê lu nó khá cho mẹ tê mi nhỏ na nu hai chu tê lu nó chỉ hai thảo mẹ nhỏ hú chế thảo mẹ tao kế thảo mẹ su ha thảo mẹ ô nu mỗi tê lu nó ba trong đời mẹ tê kem bang ha mẹ tê học lang or turn you. This Bible verse from Deuteronomy chapter 6 has really encouraged me that the way I build the curriculums for my kids need to be reflective of Wanchu Zulu. And so even though we are short on budget, we made sure throughout the day that our kids are, grounded in the Word of God every day. And it's not perfect, but we want our kids to grow up to know that Wanchu Yatu Creator, Wanchu Yatu Molali chi van chu ya tu ku ya pan tao po, and it doesn't matter how po kan da tao kanen jong bo le chang tao grades jong bo le chang, but at the end of the day if they don't know their creator, we would be really sad. And so we really are intentional about how we build our curriculums. We do go back to the Bible a lot to reference and to really ask God to see the kind of curriculums that we use, huh? And sometimes some curriculums are just so tedious for our kids, so that you know, so we had to really tweak some of those curriculums and really explore. So I don't want to offer you the type of curriculums that we use, but I want to tell you that whatever curriculums that you use for your kids now, really pray about it and really ask God to be at the center of how you teach your kids, how you disciple your kids at home. And I hope that this would help you to decide which curriculums that you want to use. If you are very interested in car curriculums, could you use Nala feel free to contact me and Gumale Tangha share to Benzi ha. Let me also share a little bit about one of the very common questions is the question about, well, how do your kids socialize with other kids if Buchimon the public school? And I think that because we are so ingrained that the public schools is the only avenue, is the only place that our kids can socialize, we are so focused on that that we forget that as parents, we have the duty and the responsibility to teach our kids, to walk with our kids, and to I want to just say that just because your kids go to a public school, it doesn't really mean that they know how to socialize. And so socialization really starts from you as a mom and as a dad, that you chủ yếu từ cứ yo lu kha po chơi thẳng ha chơi hài lu ha chơi cho ha chơi ô buluning, and how to interact with other people. So we are very intentional about that. And so for what we do in our family is that we would plan our activities and our events um, throughout the day or throughout the weeks or throughout the months, very intentional to make sure that our kids get get some time with their friends or get opportunities to join events. And we take our we carve out our times, especially for me because I stay home with them most of the time. That day I would take them to parks, to events, to join events that more minyo ha. And then there's also co-op groups that you can join. Co-op groups are groups that consist of your homeschooling parents and homeschooling kids, and so you can join them on a weekly basis as well to have your kids interact with them. But one of the greatest thing about socialization is that we are the one who gets to have the opportunity to draw those boundaries for our kids. And I really think that, if you worry about the socialization part, I would say that really take time to get to know your kids and to really also carve out time for them. Not make this life about you only, or not make raising your kids about you, but make, raising your kids about God and about your kids, and really walk with them and really teach them truly about how văn chữ lấy xã cho bé có ya bé ya lo kha bé ya mi ya kha le chang. And I would have to say, if you're really concerned about the socialization part, take time to research about it and to study at that Jekanda, how do they truly socialize, and what's the impact on them as well, versus when they're at home with you, and the time that you take to teach them and to disciple them and to walk with them in life. So I hope that this would help to sort of encourage you a little bit about the socialization portion of homeschooling. May apelin ko tao nuku ha kuto kaya uhatsu. How do we afford to homeschool our kids for so long? And so in the past 6 years, my husband is the only one working with his own only income. Lujapelu be family su. And with only one income, we are very limited in how we spend our money. And so some of the ways that has helped me and my husband to be able to do homeschooling to get kids, we do look at curriculums that are not as expensive, and sometimes we think that these curriculums are expensive, ha. Has been a blessing for us, and there are free resources out there that you can use to homeschool your kids too. There is a program called Easy Peasy, and that one is a free homeschool curriculum that you can use. And then there is also many other ones that if you do have questions, feel free to ask me. I can send you some of those links. It has really helped us throughout the years for homeschooling. How do we afford to buy food or buy clothes or go on trips? On one income. So we have learned to communicate with each other better, how to spend better, and these are some ways that has helped me to be more frugal with how I spend my money. And so I usually go to discount stores to buy a lot of my stuff. And also, I join a lot of co-Simon online pages that 播音末จะ use curriculums คือก็ยิ่งมองอยู่到ฝนโปฮะ and those has helped us out a lot as well. If you don't mind shopping at Goodwill stores, it's really a great place that our family enjoy, and we have found brand new things from there and at a very good price. So if you don't mind shopping at Goodwill stores, I do encourage you to check them out as well. And also for any state like aids that you want to look into, Nala, we have also used some of our state's program that po bangcho during the season of our lives that homeschool their kids, and so we do apply for the government to help us with health care and also a little bit of extra incomes from the government as well. If you are okay with that, Nala, you can definitely check it out in your own state. Promote your programs like you family with the income limits that you more. So if you're okay with also joining Facebook groups that promote discount books where parents put through homeschool put your kids and they don't use those books anymore, you can definitely join those discount groups and use book that promote sell, and you can buy it from them. It has definitely saved us a lot of money by doing that too. I personally haven't bought a lot online because I'm just one of those where I like to look at my materials before I buy and check it out before I buy. And so I usually go to Goodwill. You can also use your public libraries too if you're okay with using them. We have found some really good resources from there as well, and it's free, so you can definitely use them. And then another way that I have learned to save money is I would shop after holidays because that has really helped me to buy a lot of things that I can use in the future for my kids, whether it's doing arts and crafts or doing a lot of just painting. So I wait and I'm not in a rush to buy things brand new or to buy things when they first come out, whether it's with clothings or with any type of items that I need. I would kind of wait if it's not emergency or if I don't need it right away. And yeah, I would wait and I wait until it goes on clearance, or if it goes on sale, then I would be able to get it at a really good deal, really good price. So if you're okay with that, that's one way that I've learned to save with just one income. Sige, I've learned to find many strategies of how to work around that budget that we have. So if you know other ways, feel free to let me know too. I would love to learn from you as well. And so, yeah, that's kind of how we've been able to afford homeschooling for about 6 years now. We are just so thankful to God that He's been the one who provided everything for us. And He's been the one who's, been there for us throughout the 6 years, in good times and bad times, in times where we are just tight on budget. He fills that gap for us, and we've been able to do it for 6 years. So we are so thankful to God for all the different ways that He's provided for us through our 6 years of homeschooling. And lastly, I want to talk about how both you and your husband can tag team to work with your kids and to teach your kids and to disciple your kids and to academically walk with them in school as well. So for our schedule, we schedule Monday through Fridays, and my husband helps to take Mondays and Tuesdays. If he is really busy on Tuesdays with ministry, then I would take over. But usually for Mondays, we have talked about it that Mondays are his days, off, and if he's okay, then I would get Mondays as a day off for me to really kind of be away from the kids a little bit so that I can recoup and rejuvenate and also have my Sabbath day with the Lord as well and spend some time with the Lord, and to my rest day to be with the Lord, because sometimes it can get so busy and I feel like I'm always with the kids. So we've talked about how my husband can help out and help me with that. And so it's worked for us for 6 years, where he would, if he can on Mondays, he would give me that day off, and I could just go do the things that I need to do and to really spend some time alone. And that has definitely been working for the both of us, because sometimes it can get really hectic, it can get really busy. And, if I don't get my rest day, I could also become not very kind mom to my kids, or and same goes with my husband. So we do tag team and we do work together and teach our kids together. And then also for our scheduling, we do schedule throughout the day where our kids do like Bible devotions with us or by themselves throughout the day. And then we do also have devotional books that they can read throughout the day. And so we incorporate that into the curriculum, so that they know that God is at the center of their lives. And everything we do academically, it's not performance driven, but it's truly grounded in the Lord and as to why we homeschool. And so we take that time to explain to them that, we do go to school so that we can grow, we can learn. But, at the end of the day, God is the one that we submit to. God is the one that we praise, and everything that we do is for Him and for His glory. And that's definitely something that we try to focus on, because I think with, how we were all educated in the public school system is very different. I felt like I was so focused on the performance driven part that I forget that, my career and my job is truly to come back and honor God. And so that's something that we have been working with our kids and really trying to teach them that concept and that principle that um, our education is really for the Lord. Our education, everything we do is for the Lord, and whether it's homeschooling or going into the work atmosphere, it's truly about God. And I hope that this would encourage you to help with how you want to schedule your curriculum throughout the day, or your school schedule throughout the day. And feel free to give us a call or let us know if you have any question about scheduling for your kids and how you want to do their schedule throughout the day. And always remember that every day you're with your kids, you are definitely teaching them and educating them. So it doesn't always have to be book learning or following a certain type of system in order to know that they're learning. I always consider that when I'm teaching my kids to wash the dishes, to cook or to clean or to do their chores in the house, that is part of their responsibilities that you're teaching them. And so you can definitely include that into your hours as well. So I hope that this would help you and give you some ideas. It's been a great joy to be able to share our homeschooling journey with you. Before I go, I want to give you this Bible verse to encourage you that as a parent, there is no one better to teach your kids than you. I hope that you would be encouraged that Văn chữ yên hu bê lu and to ka bê minyo ko po bao văn chữ. And I want to share a Bible verse that has always been with me throughout my life is Matthew 6:33. It truly encourages me that as I seek first the kingdom of God, I also want my kids to do the same. And who is better than you as moms and dads to role model that to your kids and to teach them and to lead them and to guide them. And so I hope that the Lord will encourage your hearts, and I hope that this will give you some insights in homeschooling and what that is all about as well. Thank you for your time. God bless.